Hi guys, Steve up at the property, and I came up this week to run some errands. We got the house coming up. As many of you know, I have a modular house coming to be put up, right behind you. And the foundation was put in, land cleared obviously, and the house is going to be brought up in pieces up my driveway. And I came up just to make sure nothing would be in the way, clear a couple little shrubs along the side of the driveway so it doesn't brush against the house pieces and rip off a piece of vinyl siding or something. So I had to do that, and I also have to winterize the lawnmower, the push mower, and the ride-on mower. It's October. I'm not going to cut the lawn again. Leaves are coming down. So usually what the process entails is siphoning out the gasoline, putting in some stable fuel stabilizer, and letting it run till dry. Then I push it in the garage and don't think about it again. Age-old process, been doing it for years. Problem is, I siphon out the gas. Let me show you what I got. I got this old piece of tubing, and I think this is like a washer fluid hose from the tank to the pump, like a 1969 GTL. So I've had this in my garage for years, and this is what I use. I dip one end into the gas tank of the lawnmower, suck on the other end, get a siphon going, and let it drain into a gas tank. And actually, the lawnmower is too low, so I usually put it on the tailgate of the truck. Now, last week, I was trying to get the siphon going on the ride-on mower, and I was just having a hard time, and I'm getting gas in my mouth, I'm spitting it out, and I'm like, the hell am I doing? I'm a 60-year-old man sucking on a rubber tube to get a siphon. I'm not 19, 20, 21 years old anymore. What the hell am I doing? I got a little bit of money, so I decided, there's got to be a better way. There's plenty of pumps I think I could get, and I was just like, they probably make a battery-powered fuel transfer pump. So I go on Amazon, and that's what I find. Now, I'm pretty sure, I says, let me get something. I don't want to spend a lot of money on something ridiculous. I'm just siphoning out gas out of 2 lawnmowers. So this item, which I found on YouTube, was their most recommended or whatever it's called. And it's the Bolcowe 2.8 gallons per minute portable fuel transfer pump. So, all right, I looked on it. It had a 4.9 star rating on 92 reviews. So I figure I'll gamble the $29. Now I'll put the price I paid, the link to Amazon, all that stuff underneath here so you can see it. And I'll put a link to this particular pump in the description. So it looks like your standard pump. It's got a nice long shaft to put it down into the gas tank, and it's even got a little, I guess you turn it on, it pumps, and you got a little valve here. You put that into wherever you want the gas to go. So, switch, this is where the batteries go. Oh, you got a little hanger for the nozzle. Flow control nozzle, that's what they call it. So I opened this thing up and it looked, I said, if I take this out of here, I'll never get it back in. I wanted to do a box opening. I guess this is your box opening review demo video for this thing. All right. That's where the batteries go in. Nozzle. Okay. Now I recommend this stuff, the stable storage fuel stabilizer. Now, one thing you should know about this, people will use this and they'll put it on their shelf and they'll use it for years and years and years. You know, this thing has a shelf life, I think it's like 2 years. So you can't continue to use this thing year after year after year. You know, buy the smaller container, just get a new one each year or every couple of years, so you're not putting bad stuff in there. For the backhoe, I get this. Well, I got this at the local store, EDT Winter Defense. It keeps the diesel fuel from gelling. When it gets cold, it gels. I don't get it. Okay, one feature I liked about this pump. Here's the battery holding part. It gives you two options, either 2 batteries or 6 AA batteries. So I guess this, you know, each one of these is like a D-sized battery. So if you have AA's, like many of you may have trail cams on your property. I have probably like 10 trail cams. I got a ton of AA batteries that I recharge. Most of them are actually solar, so they only need like 4 AA's for backup. But anyway, I have a bunch. So if I didn't have access to D batteries, you could use that also. But the wife happened to have D batteries for some reason in the house and never used. Maybe she got them for like, no, I was gonna say the kids' toys. My kids are 20-something years old. I don't know why she has them. Oops. So, you know, we used to remember the flashlights? You used to put like a 2 or 3 or 4 of these things in a flashlight. All right, the spring's down there, so I'm guessing it goes like this. Now, it would probably be a good idea to read the instructions. It works. Just a simple on-off switch here. I guess you don't have to put this thing in. You could just use the hose. Wait a minute. I'm guessing this is a little washer. Goes in here, in the end of the tube. Little washer. Flared end of the hose. This might be a good time to read the instructions. Didn't seem to fit too good with the washer like that. Well, that's it for the instructions. Just a few pictures. It doesn't even have this little washer thing described in it. Yeah, it doesn't fit with that. Don't know what that is. I don't think we need it though. Now you got a metal clamp and plastic bit, so don't go crazy. I guess there's a little latch there if you don't want to sit there and wait. All right. That looks like it, so let's give it a try. Okay, here we got the 2 items we need to suck the gas out of. We'll start with the push mower. This thing has got to be nearly full. I didn't even attempt to suck on the rubber hose to get the gas out of this. Yeah, it's like half full. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I think this. It's a tight fit, but it went through. I had to put it on a little bit of an angle. Let's hope it gets mostly a majority of the gas out. All right, I hear it loading up. See it go, yeah. Yeah, that doesn't look too great. You know, try leaning it a little bit. All right, so I think it was mostly empty. All right. This may have been a bad test because there wasn't a ton of gas in there, but what was in there, it got out. I could see the bottom. I could run the rest of this dry. It'll probably run for like 15, 20, 25 minutes. But that's probably the most I would get out with a siphon hose anyway. All right. On to the next one. Let's see how this does. It's a much bigger hole. See, this is much bigger. And there's more gas in this one. Yeah, much better. It's down to the bottom. Yeah, there's just a little bit on the bottom. Trying to see if there's like a low point in the tank. Well, if there is, I can't get at it. All right, I didn't want to make a mess with the gas, but. All right. It, out of both machines, it got a vast majority out of it. So, could I have done more with the hose? Maybe. I'm not sure. But I'll tell you what, let's run these two. And you know, these things will run forever with a little, just a teensy bit of gas. If they run out of gas like 20, 25 minutes, I'd say that's fine. So let's test that before I give you my final review. All right, guys, the lawnmower just kicked out. The ride-on mower ran out of gas in, I think, less than 5 minutes. The lawnmower actually ran for like 43 minutes. But to be honest, when I siphon it out and I get the hose, the lowest point of that gas tank, it usually runs for that long with like, basically the tank emptied out. So this thing was able to get out as much gas as I used to be able to get out with the siphon. So this is, to me, a home run. So Yeah, it ran for 43 minutes. It was annoying me. I wanted to wait till it was exactly done so I could, take a look at it and see what time. I was going to go run around and do errands, but I wanted to make sure I got the time right, and it was 43 minutes. So what's this thing called again? Bolcowe, Bolcowe, battery powered fuel transfer pump. Thing does a good job. It is battery powered. I left the D batteries on the shelf in the garage, and next year I'll go back and use it again. I think it's for $30. It's so much better than sucking it in on the end of a rubber hose and getting a mouthful of gas. So this gets the Steve's Cabin seal of approval. Go out, buy it, give it a whirl. Links in the description. Guys, thanks for following along with me this week. Next week, hopefully we got more stuff with the house built. It's coming, October 15th. By the time you see this, the house may be already here. So thanks again, guys. Catch you next time.